teach taught them. It's them really trying to get at you the wrong way. Because for a police to know the same thing I know and then go volunteer to be a police, that's saying that you want to be with what they with. Especially when ain't none of them speaking on none of the other ones. Because they all the other ones. When I'm gonna do something good just so that you can look at that and say, oh, it ain't all of them, but why they ain't speaking on none of the stuff we seeing about them? That's the illusion they're trying to give you. And I already know Facebook gonna probably block this, so you know, I'll get it out there. Go to my YouTube, Righteous Hollywood. I'll post this on there. You know, so that's just another thing you watch out for. Facebook and social media ain't now, and somebody unrighteous in it, working for them and all that. As soon as you talk about something righteous, they block it. I don't know everything about God. I don't claim to. But you want to know a little that you need to know about God, enough that you need to know. Some of enough that you need to know. More than what you already know. Some of what you already know. I guarantee you something that you don't know. Go to www.therighteousfamily.com. A little reading, but you'll be glad you read it, you know. Don't forget to click the 3 bars at the top on the right and go to the rest of the pages. You know, I'll be adding as I can, you know, as I should. You know, there's enough on there right now to, you know, be enough. You know, I don't know how long the website gonna be up. I just don't know. So, you know, you want to get that. I know you got school going on. You got chores going on. You got you going on. You know what I mean? You got your time. But keep God on your mind at all times. You just know that God is, he got it like that. You feel me? But no, you don't got it like that. That's why you need God. It's something that you don't got it like that you're going to need God for. Can't have it without him. You don't know what it is now if you don't. If you do, you know it's something else too. You know what I mean? So keep that with you. You need him. Gotta let them know you want it. You want what you want. You feel me? If you without God, you without life. You feel me? Whether you're still living or not, guarantee you won't be living again without God. You know what I mean? Choose righteousness, showing God you love him and all that. But just say it sometimes. Just talk to God. Because he gonna hear you. He gonna hear you if you don't hear him. You know what I'm saying? Just be real about it. But more importantly, be righteous about it. Truthful about it. And walk in that truth. I don't need nobody to play with you. Y'all here trying to do that every day. And as you grow, it's gonna be more. But just keep your senses. Same way you go to class and do that. Same way you at home and do that. Same way you go out here and don't face the things you're gonna face tomorrow or further in the future. That's what you're gonna need it for the moments that you ain't came across yet. You go to jail, you know what you ain't go there for. You feel me? You didn't go there to make friends and be cool, but you didn't go there to start a problem either. Even if you ain't have a reason to be going there. You focus on getting out. You pray to God anyway. You can pray to Him now. Before if that moment come. But you can always do it there too. He gonna hit you. But you know you like that. Keep you some patience too. You know what I mean? I learned patience from a friend I had. And he's gay, you feel me? And this was like when I was in 3rd grade. He told me I wanted to go over his house so bad. I'm like, man, I'm ready to come down, you feel me? He's like, man, be patient, you feel me? I'm like, man. But it was just another learning moment, you feel me? It was another learning experience. So, yeah, but God got you. Same way He woke you up this morning, you didn't have no concerns, no worries. If you did, you knew what to do about it. That's God. He gonna give it to you like that. Don't let nobody play with you about that. Don't play with yourself. Yeah, but you don't do that anyway, because I know y'all smart. Every baby that come in the world be way most, sensitized. You feel me? Knowing what's going on. You see it in their eye. So, be grateful. You feel me? For what you do got, the options you do have. Don't do nothing that's gonna minimize them options. Minimize the amount of those options, you feel me? But don't just go for any option, because some of that ain't for you, it ain't for nobody, but people choose stuff they know not to choose every day, just because they want to, just because they can. And they think that's productive or progressive. It's not. It's counterproductive to the function of righteousness. That's why it be so hard to do good sometimes, because it's somebody doing something just that bad. Wanting good not to be, wanting to be all bad, so they can be having fun and that they got their fun and good. Nah, they don't got nothing coming to them. And when they speak about devil, don't worry about that, because that's not for you either. Saying when you go to sleep and wake up, you don't say, oh, well, I'm finna go die right now. You know what I mean? It look bad. It hurts sometimes. Depending on the way that you depart and the way that you transition. But be grateful to God that, that ain't the end for you. Do everything you can to stay inside the confines of righteousness. God, He know your ability. He know your sense, your mind frame at any time. He know what you was feeling like at any time, what you was knowing, what you was trying to do with what you was knowing. And how you was feeling. What you was able to do. He know all that. Even if you can't explain it. You know that. But what you gotta do, you gotta keep him first. You gotta be grateful for your sin. You feel me? Because they tell you what, it's 5 senses, right? You got touch, taste, you got sense of feeling, hearing, and smell. But they ain't said nothing about the sense of thought. So don't just take that school stuff for just 100% just stability in that. You feel me? Yeah, go to school, do your thing, but keep that on your mind. You know what I mean? So I gotta go clean up, you feel me? But y'all stay good. Stay righteous. That's what you need to be doing. I want to say something right quick, and this was meant for the children. This, what I'm saying in part 1 and part 2 of this video. You can catch part 1 at www.therighteousfamily.com. I'll post this on there as well. You know, you can also, sometimes it malfunctions on the website, the videos. I'm still navigating how to do that. You know, I've posted it, but I haven't written back and verified it, and checked have it. Is it playing properly? But I did rectify the issue of what I thought the issue was of it not being functioning properly. So this technology is faulty anyway. It's built by people who are not righteous. You feel me? Building it with intentions of you having a malfunction somewhere of the devices, whatever it is, having a malfunction somewhere. Because it's just people that's anti-righteous. You understand? So, but I was speaking to the children, but on YouTube it says you know, is this for kids or it's not? You got to select one, and then even one time it let me bypass it without selecting one. So, but it tells you, you have to select one. That's a requirement. That's just showing you the fault in it. You feel me? So you just recognize what as don't have no bad intentions. Defend yourself, protect yourself, but don't lead off of just intending to do ill will towards anything. You understand? You want to do what's best that you can do. You know what I mean? In everything that you do. At times you gonna see it. You know yourself better than I do. God know you better than you know yourself. He know himself better than you will ever know him. You understand? So you gotta go off of pure intentions. You have to go off of righteousness anyway. You'll never go wrong trying to do right. You understand? You'll never go wrong trying your best to do right, but don't go for anything because people will see you gonna do right and then try to monkey wrench in that. They'll try to throw impediment, be an impediment to the function of righteousness. That's what they try to do every day. Try to delay righteousness, some way to impede the process of the proper function of righteousness. The function of righteousness anyway, because that's proper. You understand? But they make it seem, like it's not. They go against they go against they strive to make the process of the function of righteousness
you know, they try to impede that in any kind of way. You know what I mean? So God let you decide. He gave them free will to do what they want to do, and that's just what it is. And they'll get what they get for that. What that produces, what they deeds produce. You feel me? They know what they got coming anyway. So when people talk about hell, they already living in hell, knowing that their life is when it expires here, that's the end of it. When it expires in this phase, that's the end of it. No more living. People try to find a joy in hell, in a place, a notion of a place called hell. To those type of people, wicked people, they try to keep that alive as a thought and a notion to even be considering for themselves, so that they can have a hope of another place to live after this, because they thrive off wickedness. So that's just they place that they'll be like, oh, but I'd be good there, you feel me? But they also, false preachers and that use that to manipulate you and control you, to where that you gonna always be you giving you more things to feel bad about that's not even wrong you doing. Things that you do to function and maintain and have a sound, clear perception on how to navigate life and God as well. It keep you in tribulation about God, and away from the truth, so that they can, they putting you down, but then trying to be the one acting like they lifting you up. You understand? Because they one of them people that ain't got nothing, but they just trying to have something here. You know what I mean? So, I ain't gonna speak too long. I'm trying to hurry up and just finish this with the thought that I'm saying. But yeah, so that's like when you think about, like, when you get to know God, and you like when you think about yourself, you like, man, that's what make you question stuff in the Bible. But what they tell you, oh, you can't question none of that. But you don't question none of that, or what? You going to hell? So that's just one of the things they use, so you don't question the sense that you got, that God gave you to be able to navigate and question things to find clarity. They telling you that you can pray for anything, but you can't pray for answers from God. You can't pray for answers about the book that you understand, that you're not understanding about. You can't pray for that, but you can pray for anything. You see, that's just what you need to know, and you need to be aware of have the recognition of that, and keep that sound perception about that, so that you can always talk to God about anything in any place. You know what I mean? Because if you went somewhere where you wasn't in church right now, and you was somewhere where you couldn't get to a church was closed, you understand? They telling you like you just got to be in church to talk to God. You know what I mean? To access God, you got to be in church, and you can't always be there. You need God everywhere you at. Just being, you need God. You feel me? So, but when you think about it, when you have your own sense and say, hey man, look, when you think about God and you're like, hey, why would God want to have a place that's bad, just nothing but full of bad, and then have to go monitor that just to make sure people doing bad still? You know what I mean? Just to watch people doing bad. Yeah, they fucked up by now. You feel me? Yeah, they still fucked up. You feel me? Instead of just after you dissipate, that'd be the end of you. He don't have to deal with you. This is a place where you can choose God and righteousness and get the abundance of what that produces. You feel me? Um, but functioning inside of that righteousness, inside of the function of righteousness, you staying within the confines of righteousness produces. You feel me? That's what gives you life. This is a learning. This is a learning experience on and a growing experience on gaining love for God, despite people's weakened intentions. You know what I'm saying? Surmounting that even gives you fulfillment and sense. It gives you some salvation. It gives you and it just shows you God, and that this is so temporary here, that it shows you, like, it gives you the thought of, like, oh, I know it's a place where it ain't none of this tribulation at, but that's just you growing love for God. Because even without, like, the people, wicked people make it so much worse. You feel me? But if it was just like we was here and we faced like the tribulation to death, which nobody ever died and came back to be like, boy, death is just, boy, you didn't die yet. That's what that is. You understand? But in every movie, what they do make it seem like it's just the worst thing and it's just over with and you ain't going nowhere good and all that. You feel me? So, like, let me finish this. Uh, you know, yeah. So if it was just the things like, uh, death is a good thing for righteous people. It's our transition, into eternal salvation and preservation from harm and it's you're not even susceptible to harm when you're a righteous person. You transition from here. You understand? So it's like knowing that here though makes you grow to want that and to love God more. That is your destiny. You feel me? So when you get there, you like if we just started over there, then it'd be just people not appreciating it. That's just simple as that. It'll be people not appreciating, and then it'll be worse conditions here, the same conditions as here, minus the maybe what the stuff we would deal with if it wasn't wicked people like you know, I mean that, but it'll be eternal with wicked people. You wouldn't want life to last forever with those type of people around. So this is the learning experience, but um, it's like you don't want to, I mean, yeah, you wouldn't want to live like that. You feel me? And that be at that. So this is that gives you hope for that and fulfillment for that. You feel me? Ambition for that. You feel me? It gives you appreciation for that. You feel me? That you wouldn't have had you not had this. You feel me? But like I was saying, if it was just here, regular stuff like you know, natural disasters, uh, you know, unfortunate, you know, demise, injuries and stuff like that, but you'll still know like, oh, where they going is somewhere good because it wouldn't be no bad people here. So everybody that died would have went somewhere good to the best place. You feel me? But with the people having free will, they choose where they're gonna go, and we gonna appreciate where we going as righteous people. Because of what we surmounted here, because of what we endured here and overcame here. You know what I mean? What we chose here is what we still want. There minus what's everything that we don't want here. Plus the one the one thing that we can't have here is eternal life. You feel me? So you know um so I pray for that every day, all the time. Just that even I pray for just some things, man. You know what I mean? Like just things that I think of. I pray for that. You feel me? Um, because I know we are a family because each individual righteous person, you know, we have the same, ambitions. You feel me? As far as righteousness goes and uh, the opposition, people who are anti-righteous, we have the same mindset towards that. You feel me? No matter what else we, have ability for along the way. You feel me? Goals and things of such. You feel me? But you just don't go for anything. But you feel me? But what I do want to say is that yeah, if it was just the natural disasters and stuff, but that just lets you be able to choose what you want, and you know, some people get so far gone that they feel the worth of themselves less than just zero worth. You feel me? When they dissipate and no longer be able to exist, um, there will be more worth than they are now. Zero is more than what they are now. They are counterproductive to the function of righteousness right now. You feel me? They in the negative. So God get at them just like he get at me. That's how I know already about you know what I mean. Just like he get at other righteous people. You feel me? Just like he get at anybody, when he get at him, he gonna get at you. You feel me? So I'm just putting this out there to bring more recognition to it, bring some sense to it. You know, I'm one of them people that you get on Facebook and see something I don't like and get in the comments and just no, I'm just getting in there just popping off. You know, I'm getting in there just bringing some clarity to it. You feel me? Because it'd be so much LOLs and kiki keys and but it's never like, hey, but what if it was like this though? Or hey, do you know if this happened for that to be able to, you know what I mean? Why you just cracking jokes about it or just talking crazy? But what about when it happened the other side? Look at it from this way. You feel me? On some stuff like that. But you know, people don't like that, and then I get blocked, and they try to pop some smart stuff, and then I get blocked. I don't even, Facebook block me. You feel me? You feel me? So it be what it be. But I ain't tripping on that. I'm just trying to let you know. Yeah, the video this will be on that website, www.therighteousfamily.com. I'm gonna post it right after this, and then I'm gonna have to actually. Yeah, I'm gonna let this play for like let me see, what it got, 10 more minutes. So yeah, I can do that. But yeah, so I'm just leave it at that. You feel me? Let me see. There's something else I want to say though. Yeah, that's it. That's it. You just stay prayed up. Stay prayed up. You feel me? Keep your eyes open. Keep your mind focused. You know. you know, because there's so much out here want to get you off of the clarity that you're supposed to have about the conditions of here. It's not just a place where you're just gonna be relaxing and just carefree, because you shouldn't be. You should care about your life in the flesh as well as about your um surviving in righteousness. You feel me? Staying within the confines of righteousness. But you know, um, because you work that. You feel me? And trying to be righteous, God ain't gonna never let you just, uh, you know, uh, have a, demise in righteousness. You feel me? Because it's, somebody else wicked intentions towards you, or something like that. But you got to stay sound about it, because that's how you gonna win against that. You feel me? You got to prepare for that before you go out. You got to prepare for that, you know, all the time. So you always be ready. You know, I listen to music, and you know, I was, somebody, said on Pastor Troy album, we won't have time to get ready, but must already be ready. You feel me? That's how you got to move in every day anyway. You feel me? Just because there's people out here who are always ready for, to be anti-righteous, to do something anti-righteous against anything that's good. They already just ain't happy with them. They don't love themselves. They didn't, because they didn't love God. So they can't love themselves. They can't love nobody else. That's all they got left. And time ticking every time. You feel me? So, stay focused out here. You know, you understand? Because police, I've been to jail 2 times when I shouldn't have went. And the third time, this was all within the year span, I went to jail 3 times. The third time I went, they, tried to make the charges look like something that wasn't. I was leaving the house that night. I was not staying in there because it was feeling like a setup inside the house. I'm like, I'm leaving. You feel me? I'm leaving. You feel me? I'm getting out of here. It was like late night, early morning type time. So I leave. I walk all the way across town. I'm like, I'm not walking all the way back. I ain't seen a golf cart. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna ride that golf cart. But it was a maintenance man golf cart, or a maintenance personnel golf cart. I rode that all the way back, and as soon as I'm getting back to the place where I stayed at in the apartments, that's when the police pulled me over. And I'm like, but that police like added so many charges just for riding on a golf cart. Riding with earbuds in, operating a vehicle with earbuds, and I had an iPad Nano. You feel me? This iPod Nano. This is '08. You feel me? 07 or '08. You know, it was between '07 and '08 because it was a year span. Let me think. Yeah, so it was between that time. Yeah. So I had what um yeah, so like okay, and then what else? Driving on the wrong side of the road, which I was never doing. Uh, Operating a vehicle without insurance. It's a golf cart. Come on, operating a vehicle without license. I had a license, I just didn't have it on me. You feel me? I just didn't have the actual card on me. I had a valid license. You feel me? But trying to make it look like a high speed chase or something when I'm just driving a golf cart. You feel me? And but just stay focused on righteousness. You feel me? Um, you know, and I'm sure you God though because like, and then when he pulled me over with, he's like, I'm sitting on the ground. The rest of the officers always show up because they be thinking you gonna run so they could catch you. But I just sat down. I was thinking about it, but I like, nah, sat down and he like, oh, I smelled it on him. I smelled it on him somewhere. He got it on him somewhere. But I smelled it too. Like I smell weed too, but I don't have nothing on me. Number two, I hadn't been smoking none because I didn't smoke like that then. You feel me? I didn't smoke like that. Like it was occasional that I smoked, and I smoke cigarettes and tobacco most of the time. And that's what I do. Like, but I smell it. I smell it too, but I ain't got nothing on me. You feel me? Well, we're gonna take him and get his stomach pumped. So now I'm, you know, in the back of the ambulance trying to, because they done called the ambulance to take me to the hospital to get my stomach pumped. I'm in the back of there trying to take the handcuffs off, and the ambulance worker or whoever, yeah, the ambulance worker tried to break my finger. You feel me? Bent my finger back, like, and I'm like, man, what did you, you feel me? Like that ain't the way you do this as an ambulance EMT. You feel me? To stop me from taking the handcuffs out, that ain't what you do. You understand? It wasn't funny then, it ain't funny now, but you know, so get to the hospital. Now they stick a tube down my throat. I'm handcuffed to the bed. They just shove the tube down my throat. Toxicology come back clear, nothing. You feel me? Because he just wanted to add one more charge. You feel me? So then, and this whole time, like since kindergarten, I was hit in the head with a car. You know, knocked unconscious. You feel me? Um, when I came to him and the lady she's rocking me, telling me I can't go back to sleep. All that, and nobody ever gave me no treatment, no examination, no analysis. Bring me back for follow-ups. But then, I graduated high school with brain damage. You understand? I went to college and realized like I can't even retain information that I'm reading. I'm wasting money on classes because I can't even do that. Can't focus enough to. It take me too long to do an assignment. Because I can't focus enough to do it. You know what I mean? So that's when I knew like I can't surmount the obstacle of this condition no more. But at the same time, people was just, oh, he done went crazy. But I'm like, hey, you ain't forgot about like, don't like act like that wreck was nothing because they settled their case with Ken Nugent. You feel me? Didn't talk to me about nothing. I am the one who, you understand? Like I'm the one who got hit. Settled the case. And I don't even believe my birth certificate, but the mama name on my birth certificate. You understand? Was asking me as soon as the case got settled. I'm still like first grade or some after kindergarten asking me already, what you want? You want a bedroom suit? But I'm like, I don't know nothing about no money. I'm a child. Like I'm looking at it like, what you? I mean, that what you want? Like, what? But she had to like make it a reason that I needed something that she couldn't provide, so that she could touch the money. You feel me? And she ended up getting two houses. My name on the deed because she spent the money from the settlement case. which they never spoke to me about, to be able to say, hey, this is what happened. I got hit in the head by a car, and this the same thing I'm telling you now. They never spoke to me about that. Never did no analysis. Slapped the cast on my leg because that got broken in the initial wreck, which was an intentional wreck, intentionally caused wreck, in a Chevy Nova with a domestic violence issue, a situation with her and her boyfriend. They both drunk and she let him drive and he ain't got no license. I heard him talking about that before that, and she was a police. You feel me? She was a police doing it. You feel me? And so, they arguing on the way to go get his daughter Brianna. You understand? And his name was Brian. You feel me? So they arguing, and he just snatched the car off the road, jerked the car off the road. You feel me? Car doing 360s. You know what I'm saying? I know because I'm seeing the lights go round and round and round. I'm leaning from one side of the back seat to the other side of the back seat. One side until the car crashed. She's knocked out. I tell him, like, I'm feeling sick from it. You feel me? But I'm like, you gonna get me a new mama. You feel me? And he shook it off and got out and ran. It's nighttime on the expressway dead. You feel me? I pushed the seat up, hop to the median, because I couldn't walk. I had to hop on one leg, couldn't put nothing on that other leg, and sat right there, ended up getting hit by a car in the head, woke up in the lady's arms and never received any treatment till I get 21, and they like, well, we, go talk to somebody, but by that time, I'm like, you ain't just finna call me crazy. You feel me? Because I done seen some stuff and been through some stuff and survived some stuff. You feel me? Being like this. You feel me? So yeah, it ain't just call me crazy and just deem it all to be crazy. No, but now I recognize that, hey, this world is exactly what I've been seeing, that people just been not speaking about. You feel me? Like telepathy and you feel me? Which is communication of thoughts and ideas other than the known senses. What they tell you, it's 5 senses, but nobody speaks about the sense of thought. Like that ain't a sense. So that's even with the schools. They ain't teaching that, but they teaching about they taking stuff out that they ain't teaching about history. You feel me? When that's really what you need to know to go forward, to know what to not do again, to know what not used to happen that you don't want to happen again, and how to move to not to let there be that. So it's plenty stuff. But you understand? So I've been receiving treatment since 2008. You understand? And God been watching over me the whole way. You feel me? That's what it's been. At the worst times, he been there. The worst times he been there. At the wreck, he was there because I had a, experience and God and to check on me when I was in that unconscious state. 5th grade when I had my second telepathic experience, which I didn't even remember the first one at that moment because it wasn't like that the first time. You feel me? That first time I had it, I was going through another traumatic experience, child molestation. You feel me? Where I was hearing it, just trying to survive that situation. Getting direction from like people in my family to like tell me how to survive it. You feel me? While I'm going through it. It was me and my friend. You feel me? We was both victims of that, of another person. At the same time, and it's like, so when I had that telepathic, experience in 5th grade, it was a threat. You feel me? It wasn't like nothing. It was a threat. So that was like, I never heard nobody be able to speak like that. Like, you feel me? And that brought so much shock and so much pressure and perplexity. You know what I mean? So, and people speak on stuff like that, just know what stuff be. But I'm the type to tell it to you, so you don't have no question. You feel me? But I wrote about that. Like this is all out there. It's on posts and social media, and I'm the type to believe that even when you write something in your phone in the notes and delete it, it's somebody know. God know about it. So he know the truth anyway. He the one enlightened me through the times that You know, because when you go through child molestation like that, that was my second time being molested, and it's like when you go through situations like that, it's so traumatic that you can lose sight of some of the facts of the issue, that how it unfolded and how it happened, and how it came to be. You feel me? And what it was like going through it. And but one thing I knew, God was watching. You feel me? I knew that then. So you know, so it's been like attacks, after attack after attack, like that one instance of the domestic violence, intentional rape. That was just one advance made on my life. You feel me? But throughout it all, through endurance of it all, just by the grace of God, you know, I still survived in righteousness and the flesh. You feel me? So now I'm just focused on the righteousness. I'm just focused on the righteousness. You feel me? So that's just what it is. But you know, like, um, you know, I mean, I still care about, just, I mean, that's what, like, yeah, I ain't just about to let you, you know, do me any kind of way just because I'm just focused on the righteousness. You feel me? It's gonna be righteous with how I react to it. You feel me? Yeah, know that, like, but you know, I was there, like I was saying, this was meant for the children because I was a child when I went through the worst things. You feel me? And after I survived that, you know, it was people still trying to tell me, like, you know, trying to convince me that I'm wrong for surviving it. You feel me? So that was like the injustice I was trying to fight against after that. You feel me? And still to this day they do the same thing, but I just be stronger and stronger every time because I done already dealt with plenty of people doing that same thing. But me not knowing I was wrong, but me not being able to lay out them facts for them because that trauma of it, you know, you're not just able to recant them situations like that. But God, you know, and I used to be the type not to pray too much because I felt like it was more people that need to pray more than me, and I still feel like that today, but not on that sense because I talk to God all the time, not to that degree. You feel me? Because I talk to God all the time. You feel me? But the thing is, like, yeah. So I just didn't have it. Like, I always walked in, you know, like I ain't studying what y'all talking about because I know I wasn't wrong for that. You feel me? You feel me? But when God, you know, when I gotta go to God, like I had to. You feel me? And it was like he was on some like, let me show you what you missing. You feel me? Show you what you ain't seeing, what you ain't recognizing. You feel me? What you ain't remembering. To recollect that. But I was always the type not to. Every time I sensed myself seeing that what you have, I would avoid trying to relive it. You know, let me say repressing something. But at that moment, I was like, okay, let's go to it, God. Yeah, cause I know, I know anyway. But yeah, yeah. So when I got that made me so much stronger to the point where I was like, okay, not only am I telling you that I wasn't wrong and I was right in it. You feel me? And that's why I speak on righteousness so strong. You feel me? But that's why I speak on God so strong. I know He loved me that strong. And anybody righteous, He love you the same way because you trying to be righteous. You don't just you trying to be righteous. You feel me? It ain't like you trying and not doing. No, that's what trying to be righteous. You doing it. You feel me? You doing it. You moving like you want to because you do. You feel me? Like you maneuvering righteousness like you wanna maneuver righteously because you do. Um. So you know, wickedness never prevail over righteousness. It never diminish righteousness. Wickedness will never defeat God or the function of righteousness. You feel me? So it just is what it is. They dissipate every day. They live here in a diminished state, and they dissipate when they ain't here no more. Yeah, and they don't be here no more. You know, after they dissipate from here. So it just is what it is. You gotta watch out. But you know what I mean? Like, that's why I speak on justice so much. Cause it's like, yeah, you know, it's anti-righteous people out here, police and all. You feel me? And you can't tell me one police is in it not knowing that, because they seeing too much to still be saying I want to be a police. To say that I want to get in to clean it up from the inside, when you know good and well that it's ways from the outside. If you want to do that, you don't have to be a police to get in there and clean it up when you know good and well what it is. It's plenty things that you can do out here. You can be a mayor. You can do all that. But what you talking about? I want to be a police to do it. Nah. To be an example and serve. Nah. Cause you gonna still not, y'all not saying nothing about what the person next to you doing. Because you with the same thing. You feel me? Like, it is what it is. All money ain't good money. I don't even want money from something like that. Right now, if I didn't have a place to stay, oh, you know, a decent way to eat, I still won't work at Donald Trump Towers for whatever it is, uh, uh, a janitor, or you feel me? I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't want a room there for free. You feel me? So just based on the degree of who he been known to let himself be known as, and what he been about. He been about being purposefully against righteousness. You feel me? Nah. But just like we use these, devices and stuff like this as tools. Like they could say the same. Mark Zuckerberg could do the same thing, but and I'm not even strong on Facebook like that no more, because I already seen that they've been blocking me every time I say something about a police or something like that. Like it ain't true. You feel me? Like I ain't saying something true. Like, so I said, when I was first speaking on them, I'm saying, if they locking me up for nothing and trying to do it, being glad about doing it, that's what they pursuing, then they wrong. And out here talking about who else doing wrong. Who else is jaywalking? You feel me? Just because they can, because of your profession ain't got nothing to do if you ain't if you with you being righteous. If you ain't, you feel me? Like that don't make you, like you ain't just about to tell me you got authority to do me wrong, Holmes. And you doing wrong. You wrong doing me wrong anyway, but you doing wrong. Talking about who doing wrong, and what authority you got just because a position that somebody else who wrong gave to. Like, come on, man. So what it is the devil is out here. The devil is out here, and demons out here too. And you feel me? So yeah, they get their fulfillment from doing wickedness. You feel me? Because they ain't got nothing. So a person who already done messed it off and feels that worthless will go sign up to be a police just to get into some more cause and tribulation. But now they got somebody backing them to say they can do it and they right for doing it. It'd be the same people get in the courtroom, and it could be anybody. The whole jury could be a whole bunch of people on the jury that's saying they ain't gonna recognize the facts that they know is true. You feel me? So don't put yourself in those situations. Is what I'm saying, children. I made this for y'all because I know that God feels special about y'all, because I know how I feel about children. I know how I felt as a child. You understand? So, you know, it ain't all about what you see, the rapping and the style and, swag and all. It ain't about none of that, because just being you is enough. Being you and being good. Being the best you striving to be the best you can be. You feel me? Trying to be the best of yourself at all times. You feel me? That's really what it is. It ain't about a look, because Donald Trump got all the money, but who want to be Donald Trump in his position? You can't be nobody but yourself anyway, so don't think of it like who want to be him when nobody else will be able to be anybody else. But don't nobody want what Donald Trump got to, who he is. You feel me? He could come out with a rap video right now and be looking cool, but we know it don't look. We know it ain't cool. You feel me? We know it ain't cool. You understand? So just stay, aware out here. You feel me? You think something wrong, that's how I'm seeing it is. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Go 10 times out of 10. 100% is something wrong. You feel me? Because you that blessed. You feel me? To know that. It ain't crazy. It's stuff that it ain't even crazy being here because we know the wicked degree of what is here. But it's only called crazy because people don't speak about it. Till something happened, then they're like, what happened? And this ain't right and it ain't fair. But it's crazy. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. I definitely ain't. But people be that wicked to, you see that they're that stupid that, but just call them what it is. Wicked folk. Wicked people, you feel me? So, watch yourself. It ain't about having a million friends. It ain't even about having one. Because God, the best one you can have. Be a friend to yourself. You feel me? And acknowledge what you recognize as the truth. You feel me? Seek God's counsel. You feel me? Talk to him. Like I said in other video, or this video, if he hearing you regardless of whether you hear him or not. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna leave it at that, and I'm gonna post. Let me see if I can fit this in. I can't. So I'm gonna post the rest of this video on the website www.therighteousfamily.com. I don't get no money from this. I pay for the website. That's why I'm saying I don't know how long I'm gonna be able to afford it. I don't know how long it's gonna stay up. So you can go there. I'm gonna post this on YouTube, and you can go there and you can you understand, read and go through the pages, and you know what I mean. Hey, I'm not claiming to know it all. I'm not claiming to be able to get you to understand it all. But it's something that I would suggest you just go. If you know it all enough, with everything I'm saying on there already, it wouldn't hurt. You feel me? It wouldn't hurt nothing. But it would help. I know that for sure. Just because you got the thought of God on your mind. You feel me? It's clarity. But I'm guaranteeing you it's something that you it's some information that you can be able to say, nah, because I know this. Not because I said it, because you know that same thing like I know. You just knowing how to go pick it out for yourself now. You feel me? So you know how to go identify it, see it for yourself to see if I'm telling the truth. You feel me? Yeah. So, I love anybody righteous. So I love you. You know what I mean? I love children anyway. I'm always try to tell them something good. You feel me? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But it get hard with stuff I done been through just to not be down, about like going through that. You feel me? As a child, you know what I mean? So when around children, I try to just stay in good spirits, and I ain't never gonna let a child feel, bad around me about like a vibe or something just because I'm sensing what I done been through. You feel me? I'm gonna always take that hit and put up, some a good you know a good vibe out. You feel me? Because it's good anyway, but I'm always gonna block out some bullshit. You feel me? I'm always gonna do that. You feel me? I'm always gonna bring some clarity anyway. I'm always gonna speak truth. You feel me? So just be good, stay righteous. Seem bad it is. You feel me? You don't need to take that much. You already know what's happening. So just keep stepping up on righteousness, staying inside of righteousness. You feel me? Keeping God on your mind, talking to him. You know what I mean? So I get a job, like, you know what I mean?